Looking for more information on Phoenix neighborhoods, specifically closer to the action and in the Mesa, Chandler, Tempe area? If so, good news, because you're in the right place. And today we are focusing on specifically one of those neighborhoods, the top neighborhoods in Mesa, that is Dobson Ranch. We're going to cover the top pros and cons, and then we're going to walk through one of the properties on the market today in Dobson Ranch. I'll also highlight some specifics of the 14 properties that are currently on the MLS market in Dobson Ranch. Before we get started, make sure to leave a comment on this video with any questions you might have regarding Mesa and the surrounding areas, or reach out, phone, text, email, you know the drill. We cover a lot of neighborhood tours, tips, and everything else in between to help make sure your home search in the Phoenix area is easier. My info is listed below and in the description of this video. Let's start with where Dobson Ranch is located and a little background about the community. Dobson Ranch in Mesa was once part of an extensive cattle ranch and farming operation, and it started back in the 1970s, and it was one of the first master plan communities in the Phoenix area. It consists of 5,000 homes and a population of 18,000. And to get an understanding of the boundaries that surround the community, we have 101 on the west, 60 on the north, Guadalupe on the south side, and then just west of the 87. As an example, there are currently 14 homes on the market right now, ranging from $235,000 to $700,000. And we're going to highlight a few of those homes on that list. The home that I walked through to check out is listed at just under $630,000, so a little on the high side. What are the pros of Dobson Ranch? First off, we have proximity. It's very centrally located, which usually means your work commute will be a little bit better. You don't have to drive as far. Then you have a lot of different restaurants and businesses. We have the airport that's just down the road. And also Scottsdale is just a drive up 101, which expands your restaurant options again if you don't find what you want in the Dobson Ranch area. For all those golfers out there, we have number 2, the Dobson Ranch Golf Course, which offers free clinics and it's very reasonably priced. When I looked up on their website just today, $17 to $37. It's still a little warm, but that's very reasonable. And on their website, they mention you don't have to spend a lot of money to play golf. So they really cater towards that. They redid their restaurant called The Ranch back in 2019 with fun at the center of the design. So that fits me really well because my whole slogan in life is follow the fun. Reasonably priced, fun. In their restaurant, they have large screen TVs, pool tables, and even an outdoor cornhole game that you can play. And number 3, Dobson Ranch has 8 man-made lakes, which is quite a nice, unique feature considering we are living in the desert here in Phoenix, and many of the homes back right up to the water. You'll also see several boats, canoes, even some fishing, but swimming is not allowed in any of these lakes. Next up, we have the HOA Amenities for number 4. Lots of planned community events, social gatherings, pickleball, tennis, pools, grill outs, pretty much everything you can imagine. A lot of it bringing community and people together and socializing. So if you like that sort of thing, that's a big plus. Plenty of options to bring all the people together in Dobson Ranch. Can't have all those pros without a few cons, so let's jump into the con side of things. Number 1, it is very family friendly, like we mentioned, but if you're really looking for that nightlife, maybe you're a little on the younger side and you're still looking to go tackle the world and you want to go into nightclubs, that sort of thing, you're going to have to go towards Scottsdale. Old Town specifically is the hot spot, or downtown Phoenix as a couple examples. Number 2, cost. It's a little higher due to the proximity and the HOA amenities like I did mention, but you're still going to see a fairly reasonable price per square foot, especially when you're comparing it to some of the other more expensive areas. Scottsdale as one example, which is going to be quite a bit higher. Maybe not comparable apples to apples, but Dobson Ranch, very reasonable, but still a little bit higher than if you're going to go way out, which kind of goes to number 3. As you get a little bit closer into suburban or closer into a city in any metro area, you usually see a little bit more of an age of the homes, a little bit older neighborhoods, which will mean a little bit more upkeep potentially and a little bit more maintenance overall. And last, we have some of the more strict rules and regulations that do go along with an HOA. You'll need written approval for several different things you'll want to change on your home. It's not super uncommon if you want to paint your house to get written approval. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a little bit more paperwork, and you have less flexibility with your property. That being said, you'll find quite a few other areas in the Phoenix Metro that do have HOA communities, and that if you wanted to go a little bit further out, you're still going to be looking at those HOA limitations, and you just have to balance between the access or the HOA benefits versus some of the strict rules and guidelines. Let's take a closer look at those 14 properties that I mentioned on the MLS in Mesa, Arizona, in the Dobson Ranch community. $412,000, just almost $413 in the price. That's the average of those 14 properties. 2.71 bedrooms, so just under 3, almost 2 bathrooms. Days on the market, but a little over 18, which is really good. And then we have this dollar per square feet, $261. Under 300 is still a huge value, and then average square feet of $1494. We're here at this property. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,400 square feet. I think it's about $145 quarterly HOA, but as you can see, the lake, one of them, is right behind you, so that's pretty cool. About 50 days on the market. Let's take a walk through. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. I'm planning to do very similar videos on a lot of other areas, communities throughout the Phoenix Metro. If you have any specific areas in mind you'd like to see, leave a comment below. Just list the area and I'll put it on my list, and I'll be more than happy to highlight, dive right into it. You get a lot of the same look and feel of those communities. And also subscribe and reach out to me via phone, that sort of thing. I'm gonna flip this screen around because I have a couple questions for you. That's my joke, as far as when you're at the restaurant, they flip the thing around even though you didn't do anything, or they didn't do anything. You want to leave a tip. So my virtual tip is, if you got value out of this, feel free to like, subscribe, comment on the video, reach out to me via phone and email like I mentioned, and let's get together and walk through what your needs are, what are you looking for. I'd be more than happy to help. Looking forward to it.